because I love this setup, by the way. Like, when I go to places, this is what I'm looking at. Like, I'm looking at
I'm sure.
what they did.
Yeah, you're
how
like
they set it up.
big tech
far
guy.
Far from it. I'm just a human, But thank you for my beverage also.
You're welcome. Cheers. Thanks for coming.
No, thank you. Are you recording? Or you want to make sure you want to do one last check?
Wait a second. No.
Thank you. See? You got to remember that. If I'm here, I'm going to check. So,
LP.
Hey, I'm going to check because I already know these are.
Yes, I am.
Are you? Okay, I just want to make sure. I wanted to make sure. Are you recording on your
Yes,
Zoom also? But that's where you haven't figured out the backup.
No,
Okay, I'll get you set up. Hey, I got to make sure you're good.
Because it doesn't do that thing.
It does
I
not.
do hate.
I do hate that too.
Sorry.
We used to do that also.
Oh
so
my
I
God,
know
I
the
just
feeling.
almost shit my pants.
But we hadn't started yet, so it wouldn't matter.
No, this is all going in. I don't know if you know enough about me, but I do like to call myself out at all times.
Me too, though.
That way nobody else can call me out.
That's the best way to do it. That's the best
Like,
way.
I already know that I fucked up. I already know that you are gonna...
Now, I'm doing this on my way to LA. So I'm leaving like in 4 hours to LA.
You're going to the airport from here?
I'm going to go home first, but I am going to
You're going home?
My flight is like at 5 a.m. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I feel honored.
I'm committed. So we're going to get this done. I'll be in LA through Friday.
What are you going to LA for? I'm from LA.
My real life.
I need to know so much more about you.
I
LP.
can't tell too much of my real life, but we can talk as much as we can.
You can tell me at any point.
What if I'm like in a
to
Secret
shut the fuck
Service or
up.
something? You know what I'm saying?
Well, then you wouldn't say that.
Or you would.
That's what they say.
Because you throw people off. I mean, you gotta understand. Mystery is a good thing. But here, I'm taking over, so let me stop. So I know you have a
because you have a podcast, and you are like the dad of the podcast.
I'm kind of the dad of the studio.
Dad of the studio.
Yeah, just in general. Like I think people maybe don't realize that I'm much older than our podcast host. So I think I have to play the dad.
How old are you?
I'm 43. I'm about to be 44. I'm an old man.
Wait, that's not that much older than the guys.
I am much older than them. How old do you think JC is?
I kind of assumed my age, 33-ish.
Okay, so that's a decade.
That's not that old.
That's enough to be pod dad.
Yeah, well, you're definitely pod dad, and I've only been to the studio like 3-ish times.
Yeah.
And I can just tell, like, you get there first,
Of
you're
course.
on time. Not that the other guys are not, but like...
They're not. we can say that.
When the first time I came, JC invited me. I was his guest.
And he was late.
And you guys were like, I think he had just texted you, hey, this girl's about to pull up.
But I greeted you.
No, you guys,
Yeah.
of course.
I want to make sure anyone who's around me, you'll be comfortable. That's the
I
goal
also
of
came
mine.
with a bottle of tequila.
You did. Anytime
like,
you bring
"Thank
drinks
you."
also, that's a win. That's a win. And you brought more drinks.
This
so
is
yes.
for you.
What is this for?
This is a thank you.
For what?
For helping me on what I came specifically to the studio one time, and I was like,
yeah, we did
I'm
talk through a
starting
bunch of
season
stuff.
3.
Yeah.
What do I need for my studio? Like, I was telling you exactly what my vision was, and I was panicking. And this was before Cinco came on to help, and I was like, what? And you're like, you just need these lights or these lights. You need these mics. You'll be fine. You need these cords. And I just really appreciated it.
I'm grateful for this. You definitely didn't have to.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to gift me this? Most people don't gift me anything, so I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And be grateful.
No,
I'm very grateful for
I
this.
got it
Thank you.
specifically for you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I am definitely a bourbon drinker.
I asked JC if you were a tequila or whiskey guy.
I'm
and he said
a
whiskey.
bourbon drinker.
Okay.
I'm a black man who drinks dark liquor. So let's get started.
Wait, is that unusual?
That's just me. The typical black progression is you start with like a Hennessy, something terrible that ruins your stomach. Then you make your way to fine bourbons.
But Hennessy is a dark liquor.
Yeah, but it's
Douce.
You gotta progress yourself as a black man to better dark liquors.
I understand.
Yeah,
I understand completely. Okay.
As a black man, you understand completely. As a black, okay, we got it. We got it. This is gonna be great, guys.
I understand completely what you're saying.
I'm just giving you a hard time. You know that.
Oh no, I can't wait.
Okay,
I can't wait. LP, besides the poor horseman, tell me what you can tell me about you.
Okay, so LP is really. That's an interesting question. What can I say? By trade, I manage money.
Okay.
So the Poor Horsemen and the studio and things like that are creative outlets because managing money is boring. So when you look at spreadsheets and the market and data all day,
way over my head.
So mine confusing. Most of the time too. Mine most of the time too. I've got great analysts who help me, but the creative stuff is what really gives me energy because I also like people. And one way that I was able to connect more with people is a podcast.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how that process started. But by trade, money man, I'm a father, a husband. I'm a girl dad.
Love that.
And that's really about it. That's really about it. So
did you get your shit snipped?
That's a crazy question. But yes, I did. And we chronicled it on Patreon on the podcast. It was one of the worst experiences of my life.
Really?
Oh yeah. They, my doctor, I think, was a freak. So
what kind of freak?
He made a wild freak. Like he may see this, but he started playing R&B music when we got started. I'm not even gonna lie. The first song was like a R. Kelly song, and I was like, "Yo, what's up? Like, what are you doing?"
Not R. Kelly.
Yeah, it was wild. And it was a white man too. So I think he was trying to make me comfortable, but it didn't work. I felt like I should have been wearing a Black Lives Matter tee. But yeah, he definitely, I got snipped. And matter of fact, I go for my 1 year follow-up in January.
Okay.
I'm not going to go to the same guy though, because I just kind of felt uncomfortable the way he was handling me.
Real? I mean, I get that, but it's like, he knows you're.
No, he was handling me real aggressive though. And like I said, when the R&B music came on.
No, it's too much. It's already too much.
I don't know if people know the process of getting snipped, but there's like you're not put out or anything. You're just like sitting on a table in stirrups. You just like with your legs up, like you're about to get a.
No, and this sounds, I hate this for you, but also like women get in stirrups like once a year.
I know.
Just want to make sure you.
Trust me, I've got a wife and daughter.
Yeah,
so I understand that process.
Well, that's the reason why I thought of this to ask you, is because I remember I think it was probably around the time where Roe versus Wade, and there was a whole bunch of shit going on, of course, as the world is a dumpster fire, per usual.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, that's pretty, I don't know the backstory of it, but I was like, that's pretty cool. I wonder if there was like a specific reason, or if you made that decision like, hey, like maybe my wife doesn't have to do all the hard things. Like
or
maybe
I'm just an old man too. And I was like, if you're an old man and you want to continue to have pleasures of the earth without a baby,
right? Go
get snipped.
Yeah, but I love that you took that responsibility. Yeah. Of course, I don't know the backstory, but
it was definitely responsibility.
That's amazing.
I don't know if it was amazing. It didn't feel amazing. Oh, and the aftercare is really the worst.
Really?
That's
How
what
long
people
is the healing
understand.
Process?
I don't know. I sat on like ice for like 2 weeks.
Ooh.
And they had me wearing like a jock strap, which is crazy. I hadn't worn one of those since I played like football. And you try to walk around with a jock strap at like 40. That's wild. Like, I'm like, what am I doing right now with my life? Like, there's no reason my ass should be out. Can I cuss on this?
Absolutely.
I didn't know. My bad.
Absolutely.
There's no reason my ass should have been out at 41. Like, there's no reason. I was like, why am I wearing this?
Oh my
And I'm
God,
like
that's
getting
hilarious.
on planes and stuff. I was like, man, this is insane.
Nobody knows. It's like a secret. It's a secret.
They knew. They were judging me. Luckily, getting on the plane first. But they were judging me. They were definitely judging me. I know someone looked at me, his ass is out right now. I know that happened. So, but yes, I am snipped.
Okay, well, that's pretty cool that you took responsibility and you just made a decision.
I think I'm responsible. If one thing you can say about me is I'm responsible.
Okay. That's
even
a great
me trying
characteristic.
to be here on time.
Yeah, you were very intent on being here on
minute
time.
by minute because I thought I was going to be late and I was going to hurt my
And
heart.
I really appreciate that because I like a plan and I like on time.
Good. Because that would have hurt my heart if I would have showed up here late.
No, actually, the first time I had Phil on from the Poor Horsemen podcast too, he was supposed to be a guest with somebody else. It was supposed to be two gentlemen. And that person ended up texting me, like, Phil was here, we were ready to record, and that person texted me like, hey, like, I ran behind, I'm gonna be 40 minutes late. And I was like, 40 minutes?
The podcast is over.
We're done. And so I was like, at a certain point, like, I have to respect Phil's time. I have to respect Cinco's time, who is producing. I have to respect my own time.
Correct.
I would love to have you back on, but it's not going to be tonight.
It won't be tonight.
Homie.
Yeah, if we had a guest that was going to be 40 minutes late, I may have tore all this shit up. We'd have fought whoever.
We're going home.
We'd have fought whoever that was.
Okay, have you had anything crazy go down for the Poor Horseman podcast? Like any like?
Oh yeah, we
crazy...
fought. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the members have fought.
Oh, the hosts.
Me and the Poor Horsemen have fought.
You, JC, KC, and Phil.
We have had a brawl in
physical.
Physical.
Come on.
Oh yeah. We love each other though. That's what brothers do. So, men with ego, you mix in some substances, alcohol, etc. Yeah. Anything could go down. We fought. We've
Did you
had
stay away
episodes...
from the cameras and stuff, or was?
Nah, we just fought.
Oh my God! I'm so upset to hear this.
Yeah, sometimes things happen though.
I don't like that. I don't like to hear this.
What do you mean? Why not?
I don't like violence.
Who said it was violent?
You brawled. I think you used the word brawl.
I think to me, I don't look at that as violent. I think any hand-to-hand combat isn't really violent. That's more just...
You need a weapon to be violent.
Correct.
Got it.
We had no weapons. If there had been weapons, the podcast probably would have been over.
Okay.
But we've had episodes not be released just because we've said some of the most outlandish shit you could say. And I'm like, all of us have a life and career.
Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't say those things.
I was going to ask you, do you feel like, okay, so 3 of y'all are married.
Correct.
And you just touched on the fact that, yeah, you have a life out there. Maybe you shouldn't put that stuff out. Do you feel like you censor yourself? And I know that you have a Patreon too. So are you...
Well, I don't necessarily censor myself. I just won't get into my career.
Okay.
Because, there are some things that I have to put a wall up on.
Of course.
Just to stay, we're all manifesting big deals and things like that until some things happen the way we might want them to. But for the most part, no, I don't censor. Okay. I may change my language.
Right.
But the content will stay the same.
Okay. And as far as your wife goes,
yeah,
she is completely supportive and has no qualms with anything that y'all talk about.
Nah, not at all. I mean...
How long have you been married?
I've been married. You're asking me a question to get me in trouble.
Uh-oh, shit.
But I'll say over 15 years.
Got it.
And it might be 15. So I'll leave it there because I don't want to do the math. But, my wife is originally from LA also.
Okay.
Because, so for her, she kind of just understands, this is what it is. This is my husband. This is his personality.
Yeah.
This is what he does. So I'm grateful that she doesn't care.
Right.
She doesn't care. So for her, it's about, all right, do what's going to make you happy.
Yeah. Just
don't embarrass us. And
if you have any respect for yourself, you don't want to embarrass yourself or your family. So
correct.
That checks out.
I think I may have embarrassed us a few times though, but that's fine. Things happen. When you get on a mic, it's weird. When you get on a mic, it's weird.
Things just start flowing.
For no reason.
Reason.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just like, it's not even a question that you're answering. All of a sudden you just start spouting off shit that you wouldn't normally say.
Correct. That
I don't know what it is.
It's the camera, it's the mic, it's the alcohol.
All three of those
That combination is worse than drugs. I'm serious. It is. It is worse than drugs. Especially people who are not familiar. That's what it is. It's you're inebriated by it, and people don't get it until they've done it a few times.
Yeah, I was on the nightcap recently. I mean, I've been on a few times, but I said it was a sober episode. It was like dating while sober. So the drinks, there was no alcohol. It was completely virgin. And I feel like so outlandish. And I was like, that was so weird. I thought to myself, damn, I'd love a drink, to be a little loosened up.
Yeah.
But I watched the episode and I was like, whoa, girl.
Yeah, I love the nightcap too. I've not been back. Because I've determined I wasn't. Like I had made like this stance. I'm not doing that show again.
Why?
I don't know. I have some weird shit about me sometimes. So at one point I was like, I'm not doing that. That's too much exposure. But then I agreed I'm gonna do it in like 2 weeks. So I'll be back. I'll be back. So
again with like the personal life kind of thing. Like it's too out there.
Well, yeah, we were like the first episode. I don't know if you remember.
I think were you the pilot or after?
I think we were the pilot.
I think JC mentioned that.
After the pilot, maybe. And like the response that we got, I was like, man, I don't need that much exposure. It was weird.
Right.
Until we went viral here more recently. And I think I'm more comfortable with that level of exposure. Okay. I was not at the beginning.
Okay.
Because I'm introverted as it gets.
I don't get that from you. I've never seen you from not behind a microphone though, so that makes sense.
So I'm introverted. I'll let you know. You would never see me anywhere. I'm a homebody. I roll dolo. I come alone.
What's dolo?
Solo.
Oh.
Black people words. I go
learning.
alone.
This is a learning podcast. This is an educational podcast.
I go everywhere alone. So yeah, it was a stretch for me even to do this as it was, especially getting on like that show. So, but I'll be back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we go to how you guys go viral all the time, because I do want to talk to you about that. I'm curious, does your wife have a podcast?
She does not. My wife is not on any content. My wife is barely on social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's introverted as well.
No. She's
loud
not her
and proud,
lane.
but just not there.
That's just not her lane.
Okay.
Her lane is, so she does like, well, I don't want to tell her business, but she does some things where she can't be as public herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
My question is, since I started the podcast, I've been met with genuine concern from friends, male friends, family members because I'm single.
Okay.
You're dating, you have this podcast where nothing is really off limits. And even if I were dating someone in a committed relationship, I would probably still mention things from the past. Like if I had a lady friend on or a therapist on or something, I'm like, oh my God, when I was 19, I did this.
Yeah.
So do you, like how your wife is supportive of you having this podcast, and of course you're, respecting the boundaries and yourself and not going to embarrass. But sometimes I think, should I censor myself? And recently I said, if I were dating someone, they, asked specifically like, hey, please don't talk about our specific, of course I would respect that. But from a male point of view, I don't know if you can put yourself in like a single dating mind frame with, you've seen my podcast.
I have.
I think, right? Have you watched it? You've watched it, right?
I have.
Say you've watched it.
I definitely. Come on now. Yeah, I wouldn't have agreed to do it had I not. So,
just kidding.
Yeah.
But can you what do you think? What's your thought?
I would say that if a man isn't capable of the whole of you, you shouldn't want to date him anyway. So if they're not comfortable with the public persona as well as the private, then that's not a person for you. We're not just one monolith of people. Like you have different interests, different things you're into. If the men around you aren't comfortable with that, you'll find other men who are. Yeah. I mean, how big is Houston?
Well, it's huge, but it is small too. Let me tell you
true.
that.
That is really true. So let's say not even Houston. Let's just take the southern part of the country.
That is kind of my problem. I end up dating people who don't even live in Houston.
That's a good thing, though.
No.
Why not? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's just too much.
What's wrong with dating outside of your circle? Because that's what you're doing essentially.
Yeah. It just hasn't worked out for me thus far, so maybe I should try something new.
What do you? Sorry, I'm asking you questions now.
Yeah, that's
what do you mean not worked out? Like what? Give me some examples.
Just not been fully committed. Okay. Not necessarily cheating because it's not been people that.
Well, they're definitely going to cheat. If it's long distance, they're cheating. What do you mean? I mean, they're not cheating. You're just not in the same area. They're long distance. They're going to get.
What if we're together, boyfriend, girlfriend?
They're going to get cheating. Some strange if it's like what? Give me what states? Hey, you want to honestly? What states are they in? Like, give me some ideas.
Romania.
No, they're not cheating there. It's too cold. So they
Dallas, different city.
Dallas, they're definitely cheating.
Definitely cheating.
They're in Victory Park right now. Deep Ellum right now.
Deep Ellum.
Cheating. Guaranteed. Tell them, hey, congrats. Get you some, but then you got some.
Do you think I should just like take that?
Well,
I should just know that that's going to happen.
You should know it's happening. Like it's happening if they're that long distance. Yeah, for sure.
Really?
Without question.
100%. Every man.
There's no absolutes. So I can't say every.
But the odds do go up if they're an athlete.
Oh, if they're an athlete, they've got 7. What are you talking about? They have one for every day of the week. Yeah, and the Sabbath on Sunday. They're not going to take their day of rest. Yeah. Because they're the healthiest they are right now. When you're healthy, you really need to get that off. Yeah, so they're definitely.
So nothing's wrong with that, LP?
I'm not here to judge anyone. So I'm not going to give a moral equivalency. I'm just saying that if someone's, what type of athlete, first off? Pro?
Well, Romania is pro, and I don't want to be
the Romanian person,
here.
they're not cheating.
I don't want to be.
They're in Romania. There's no... Look.
Ex-pro.
In Romania.
No, Dallas.
They're cheating. Yeah, without question.
Well, I'm not talking to them anymore anyway.
Well, they were cheating.
Definitely.
Yeah, you know. So why are you asking me like you don't know? That's an insane lot of questioning when you knew the answer.
So I just have to. So I shouldn't date anyone who they're cheating if they live in Houston too.
Maybe if they're on the north side, because there's like a 30-mile buffer. Like you can have a whole family on the north side and live on the south side.
Yeah, I do know someone who did do
I
that.
know people who do that. What are you talking about? That's common. Yeah, you can have a whole family. If they're like in the woodlands and someone lives in Pearland, you could have 3 families. You could have one in the woodlands, one in this area. I'm not going to tell where you're at. And then one in like Pearland. Easily 3 families. Comfortably.
So what if I want to be in a happy relationship with no cheating ever? Like it's just not something I want to do. Should I just
you're going to find
anyone?
That. No, you're going to find that. You were saying long distance.
I look defeated. I'm defeated.
You were saying long distance.
Every time I have a man on this podcast who's like, "Oh yeah, we cheat. They cheat."
No, wait. First off, you said we. Hold on. You're including me into this. No need to include me.
We as a human male species.
I'm just saying that if the brother is in Romania, stay with him.
Could have been a white guy. You assumed it was a brother.
No, brother. I use that for men.
Oh,
so he's faithful. Although, because if he was a brother, I'd have said like,
it's not a white guy.
What you mean? Wait, hold on.
I don't date white guys.
Wait, hold on. This is a whole. Now this is about to get off the rails. So,
I mean, like I would if they approached me. They're just scared.
Of what?
Don't know. Ask them.
So what type of? You're supposed to be interviewing me. I was about to start interviewing you. So well,
why don't you have me on the Poor Horsemen podcast?
We tried.
Excuse me.
We have asked multiple times.
You have asked me. I was on the Women in Live. You've never asked me in studio.
I definitely have asked. Well,
I keep receipts. All text messages. I will go back.
Another person to.
You've asked JC to reach out to me. We're not going to call him out. We just did.
But I would prefer you to come on the podcast for sure.
I would love to come.
We've talked about this. Even Phil has talked about. I know he said that too to you.
You guys have been like, yeah, you should come on, but like invite me.
We don't do so. We're not professionals.
You guys suck at planning.
Oh yeah, we're the worst.
You like men. I can't even get. Oh god, a guy can't even plan a date. You guys can't even plan. How do you have the successful podcast when you don't plan?
Clue. We really don't know how it's.
I love that we're just arguing. Right?
It's the truth though. This is how it works. We have no clue, and we really don't know what we're doing. You're just
all natural.
It floats. It just works. Yeah, we have no clue. Now, when I'm working with other people, I think I got it down.
Mm-hmm.
But for whatever reason, with us, group of men, we just kind of let it happen.
How do you guys get? You've been doing this consistently.
4 years.
Every Sunday you record?
Every
for
Sunday.
4 years.
Never missed a Sunday.
That is truly insane. One as a podcast, as 4 people. Then we're getting 4 males.
That's why we fought.
There was an issue of someone not coming, something.
No, just sometimes you got to fight. Sometimes that happens. Men, sometimes you got to beat one of each other.
Sometimes you got to cheat. Sometimes you got to fight.
No, you're going to cheat if you're in Dallas and you're ex-pro athlete. that is a fact. They were knocking something for real multiple times a week. And then they would come here and lay up in your palatial estate. That definitely happened. That definitely happened.
Okay, but how are you getting 4 of you guys? You just have Sundays blocked off? You just all love doing it? Because you guys aren't each other's like core group of friends.
Without question. We're not, each one of us have our own core group of friends. Yeah. I don't know. It just works. That's why I think it works, because we also aren't trying to like build this family outside. We are a family, but we understand people have their own interests and things like that. Like I golf. Nobody else on the pod golfs. So JC, he's in the gym all day. No one's trying to be in the gym all day but him. You know? Casey, we know he is an educator and he's doing stuff with his son. Phil's doing things with his son. We have no clue what Phil does for work. Like no clue at all.
Nobody knows.
I don't even know if Phil's alive most days, let alone what he does for work.
So when I had,
so,
he's alive.
Yeah.
When I had him on the last time, my friend Carolyn was here helping with the engineering over there. And shout out, thanks for being here, but you did a terrible job. Just kidding, kind of. But after Phil left, I mean, did you watch that episode?
I did watch the episode. But y'all died laughing the whole time.
I know. And
but I didn't know you were babysat by Bone Thugs and Harmony, which is the most insane thing I've ever heard in my life.
That wasn't even on the pod, too. Phil's like, where's the clip with Bone Thugs and Harmony? I was like, we talked about that afterwards. You couldn't get over it.
It was ridiculous. Like, he told us. That was the first thing he told us about. So, I mean, I like Busy Bone as well, but I wouldn't want him as my sitter. But go ahead.
I was going to say that Carolyn was like, what does Phil do for work? And I was like, fuck if I know. We
have no clue. I just know he drives like luxury vehicles. So don't ask, don't tell. That's how I operate.
Okay.
That's how I operate.
You're keeping your work private, and that's what he's doing.
I think all of us do. The only person who's not really private are Casey and JC.
I'm surprised that Casey posts so much about the education platform that he has. I love it. It's hilarious. No, it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's his thing. Yeah. So, but me and Phil for sure. I don't know who he is really, like at all. Like I don't know who Phil is. I don't know where he's from, what he does, but he shows up on Sundays.
Every Sunday.
He shows up.
All right. We'll keep him around.
Sometimes he has a cast on his head.
Who decides the topics for your guys' episodes?
I don't really know if we even have topics. Most of the time when we
come in ready to talk shit about the life and the world that has been living for a week.
Really, that's what happens.
You talk a lot about like current events and sports and stuff like that, right?
I mean, it really just depends on the week. Like, I would say that our topics are less evergreen. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't watch an episode from a year ago and have because it's going to be talking about stuff from a year ago.
Yeah.
But
you'd probably still get a good laugh, but like it wouldn't be relevant.
Yeah, you'd be like, what are these dudes talking about?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, there's no plan. If we planned, I would let you know. There's no planning at all.
Well, what are we going to talk about if I go on?
We'll plan
Because if it's sports, I won't know anything. I'll just
We're
be sitting
definitely
there
going
silent.
to talk about these black athletes who are cheating. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about your podcast, of course. We're going to get to know you. I have some other questions, but I'll save them for the pod.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll save them for the pod. So this will be a crossover episode.
I know. I was telling JC that I was like, I want to have you guys in here. And then he's like, well, we got to have you on the pod. And I was like, well, invite me.
Yeah. If we're not going to work in here, all of that wouldn't work.
Yeah. We could make it work. No. The four of you on this couch. Are you kidding me?
I'm not coming.
Snug as a bug
I'm not
in
coming.
a rug.
No, I won't be here. No, I'm just being honest.
You said you liked my studio so much.
But not for 5 of us. This is great. This is cozy for 3. You might be able to stretch a slim fourth person. I'm talking 5'3", 110, maybe. But no. Just, hey, I'm honest.
All right, fine. Fine, you're not invited.
I won't be here. I just look.
I honestly believe you. I feel like you'd
I'm
be like,
being serious.
No, I said, I already told you. No, I really told you. I don't know why you're asking again.
That's another thing that people probably get mad at me sometimes. I don't really filter when I'm not doing something.
I think that's a great quality.
Is it?
Yeah. I feel like these days we need to, and maybe it's more of a women thing, woman thing, but I was like, no, sorry, I can't. Or I do this a lot. Like, so sorry I didn't answer your call right away. I was in the shower. And it's like, why are you apologizing for being in the shower? Just call them back.
Or I just didn't want to talk to you.
I just didn't want to go.
Yeah. And I'll leave also before saying bye. Like my prime time skill is the Irish exit.
I do not do that.
I left Casey's wedding in Mexico.
Like the country or the...
In Mexico. I was back in Houston by the time they texted me. They were like, yo, where'd you go? I was like, I'm back home.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. Yeah, I got some, I'm insane maybe. Insane also maybe.
You just feel like you have somewhere to be.
No, I don't know if it's that. I think you waste time saying bye.
Well, I've seen those memes. It's like you get a whole extra year of the end of your life.
I believe it. Because I think
Will you do like a big group goodbye?
No. God, no. I'm going.
You left the country.
They got married in Cabo.
Yeah.
After they did the toast and everything, I knew I could catch the red eye back to Houston. It was probably about 11. I went to the airport. Everyone was dead set, having a good time. I was back in Houston. By the time they messaged me, they're like, yeah, we want to take a group picture. I was like, man, I'm on the plane. I'm texting them from the airport Wi-Fi or the airplane Wi-Fi. Isn't that crazy? I need to get reevaluated. I really do.
It's kind of admirable.
That's pretty crazy.
But that is nuts.
But I definitely, and they can validate this. When they messaged me to take the group picture, I messaged them back from the airplane Wi-Fi. I was like, man, I'm like 2 hours from home. They're like, from home, the airport, or
from home, the hotel?
Home, Houston.
That is wild.
I don't know. I gotta fix my life. Now that I think about that.
No, I think that's what I'm saying. Is like, I'm not sure. I think other people need to fix their lives to be more like you.
I don't know. That's tough on people because some people get mad at that too.
Yeah,
they get mad at that. But I did what I was supposed to do.
You never have FOMO.
Nah, because it's I got what I wanted out of it. You know, I supported my friends.
Yeah,
did what I needed to do. Made sure that I was there as they celebrate their union. At that point, I partied a little, got drunk, and made my way to the airport.
Slept on the flight.
I don't sleep on planes.
That sucks for you.
Yeah, I don't sleep on planes. I can't do
at
it.
all.
I got to monitor what the pilot's doing.
I was just talking about how, isn't it so weird that we just trust strangers?
I got to monitor what the pilot's doing. Like any moment that, hey, yo, what's up? Like, why are we?
Are you scared of flying?
Not at all. I just got to monitor what he's doing, or she. I got to monitor them.
Huh.
Yeah.
What are you going to go? Knock on the door?
I don't know what's going to happen, but I do know.
You're going to make a change. If something goes down, you're awake.
When the pilots start like saying random stuff like, hey, flight attendants, take your jump seats. Flight attendant, why are you taking your jump seat? Like, what's up? Like, let me know. Why do I not have a jump seat? You know, why is there not any extra safety for me? So, I as a person who flies a lot, you know, I fly probably at least once a month for, you know, a few trips. Like I said, I leave tomorrow or tonight, basically. I'm monitoring what the pilot is doing at all times. At all times.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you sleep? Because I'm asleep before the plane takes off.
I don't sleep on the plane
I'm asleep
at all.
Before they read the safety information.
I couldn't imagine.
I wouldn't know, you know, those things like I don't fly as much as you, but like, I don't know, 10 times a year.
I can say
once
verbatim.
a month you said. You can say it verbatim?
Yeah, I took
okay,
I took
need to be
26
evaluated.
I took 26 flights this year. I'm going to my
Do you fly out of Houston or Bush?
Bush.
Ew.
Yeah. Well, it's United. I got to.
Oh.
United has
I'm Southwest girly.
You don't have real status though. Like that's not real status. Y'all still fighting for plane seats in Group 1. Like you gotta.
I feel attacked.
You gotta run down the aisle to see what seat you're gonna get in. Like
I love Southwest. You won't talk me out of it.
Nah, that's pretty. Southwest is basically a step up from Spirit.
That is foul.
I'll be being honest. That's really a bus in the air. Like seriously, a bus in the air.
All planes are a bus in the air.
No.
All the pilots are the same. They all went to the same school.
It's different people.
People of Spirit Airlines, people of Walmart.
They're definitely bus people. And that's not an original joke. That's a joke from the principal of what's the show that they have, their educators. They're in Philadelphia. I can't think of the name of the show. Not Community. Something elementary. It's a show, but the principal on that show, she has a joke that says there's bus people on planes.
Wait, where did you say it's from? Where are they in?
It's a show that's about an elementary school. I just can't think of the name.
But where
of the show.
is it?
In Philadelphia, I believe.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia? No.
No. That's a white show. This is a black show. This is I don't know any white shows also. So if you're asking me to know anything, I didn't even know who Felicity Huffman was, the one who like stole the money to get her daughter to school. I had no clue.
Desperate
who that was.
Housewives.
I would never. I would never watch that. Yeah. Should I? Is that a decent show?
I mean, I watched it 14 years ago, probably.
I mean,
it's like a soap opera.
How desperate were the housewives?
I mean, it's not that good. Like, the plot is bad.
In what way? And I'm looking up this show because that's going to bother me.
Look at that. I don't know. It's
Abbott
just
Elementary.
12.
I don't know if you ever heard that.
No.
Yes, it's a black thing. But go ahead.
I actually don't know if I should come on the Four Horsemen.
Oh no, it's definitely going to be racist. Like I am a low key racist also, but I'm a fun racist.
Okay, and that's okay.
Yeah, because I have no like power. Like my jokes are just racist in general.
Okay,
but I can't influence your life with my racism. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real racism. Like you could take an opportunity from me.
One of the podcasts that I went to the studio for, I forget his name, but I was sitting there as I think I was the only guest, and it was like really like
black.
No, yes, but it was like talking about specifically how white people suck, not just black.
I know exactly what episode you're
talking
about.
And I literally stood up at one point and I was like, I think I should
you need to stay
get
there.
on? Oh, actually, no, it was about something with like white pussy.
I was not a part of that episode. That is insane.
I think you were there. No, it was something about like white vagina.
That is a crazy episode. And if we have that up, we need to pull that down.
And I literally was like,
how dare us?
I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
And you were there watching this? And we didn't filter our words at all?
No, you guys, I feel like you do filter my words.
Because that's
why you haven't invited me back to even be a guest.
You're going to be back before the end of the year. Do you have any travel here before the end of the year?
So much travel. I'm so busy. Look at my calendar. Get in where you fit in.
I didn't know what these were on here. I didn't know what was happening right now. But yes, we will have you.
Look, you can see I'm getting chin surgery on the 4th of January.
What's going on with your chin?
I'm getting chin lipo.
What? Wait. Okay. Explain what's wrong with your chin first off? Do you have like a issue?
Well, chins.
What's going on? That you get like hurt or something? Like what are you talking about? What do you need a surgery for? You're not injured. I don't see anything with your
vanity.
Chin. Are you serious?
Pure vanity. Ever since I started this podcast and I've been watching my face for hours on end editing.
You can't do that. Like I'm not going to discourage you because I believe allowing people to do what they would like to do. But surgery is a lot. That's a lot.
It's just gonna picture. It's just gonna be a little bit
Why?
more tucked.
What's the purpose?
I just only want one chin.
But you have one chin.
I have 2 to 3. I have 2 to 3 chins minimum right now. And I don't have a beard to cover it up.
I don't have a beard. What does chins look like? I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, I can't grow a beard also. Yeah, I cannot grow a beard. Like it's I'm a 43-year-old man with a naked face. It's really crazy. Like it's really sad that genetics did not give me that. They gave me some height, they gave me some size, but it definitely didn't give me any facial hair. It's really sad.
You can't have it all.
Someone should have gave me some facial hair. But
you have a little bit.
Nah, this is really depressing. Like I would rather have chin surgery. What is it called? A chinectomy? What are you getting?
It's chin liposuction.
That is a crazy surgery. What are they? They're gonna suck something out of your chin?
It's so easy. They're just gonna suck the fat out. So I already went to the consultation. The fat sits on top of the muscle. For me, I'm a good candidate for like the less invasive kind because the fat is just right. It's just right here. Like it's just hanging down. It's not.
Do the blacks in Dallas that you date and etc. Do they agree with this surgery?
Do we say that?
I can say that. Do they agree?
I don't think you can say
I'm allowed to say the blacks because I'm black.
Okay.
So do they agree?
I don't care.
Do your suitors agree with you getting a face surgery?
I haven't told the person I'm talking to at the moment.
Is this a black that you're talking to right now?
It is a black man.
I guarantee. You can say man. I'm just gonna. You
yeah.
can't say the black. Like,
I would
don't do
not.
that. Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
I literally would not.
So
I would not.
With that, does that person agree with you getting a facial surgery?
I haven't told him.
When are you doing this?
January 4th. You can see on my calendar.
I cannot see anything on those. Your handwriting is atrocious. So,
hey, my handwriting is my logo, you dick.
No, I'm saying from here. I don't know in real life. I can't read. I can't read it from here is what I'm saying. You clearly see I'm glasses.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so you should be able to read better.
Are you going to tell him before January 4th?
Yeah, I'll tell him before. Hello, I talk about everything out loud.
So he's going to see this, and he's going to know that you're getting surgery.
I'm going to have, for a week, I'm going to have a chin wrapping around my face.
Like the dogs?
Yeah, well, that's a what's it?
The cone?
The cone. I'm not going to have a cone.
You're going to have to get
I'm not gonna,
fed through like
I'm not at risk for like biting myself.
Yo, that is a crazy procedure.
No, they don't even put you down. Sleep.
Well, okay.
I'm sorry. They don't even put It's just local anesthesia. I'm going to feel them moving, bumping and grinding all up in there, getting the fat out.
I'm discouraging this.
It's on record, so thank you so much.
I'm discouraging you getting put down to get a chinectomy. That is crazy to me.
A chinectomy.
Yeah, that is crazy to me that you're doing that. Like I mean, I can't speak to what you see.
It's just like somebody getting lipo in their arms or lipo.
I'm not in the body modification world. So yeah, I know there are people who do it. It's just not something that I'm more familiar with. You know, I'm not in that space. So
apparently there's stuff for men to be taller these days.
Yeah, they get a kneectomy. They get like extra bone meat put in their knees.
That's pretty crazy.
That's crazy.
And I'm not saying I encourage it.
To get 4 inches, that is crazy.
But I think it's fair that they have that ability to do so.
No, I think that's ridiculous. Like, you can't even walk right.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous.
You end up walking like Frankenstein for like 2 years.
It's really nuts.
Yeah, I don't know why people would do that. We gotta stop putting so much emphasis on how people look.
We do, but like I talk to the point of nauseam about my height requirement with dating.
What is your height requirement?
Well, it's fluid these days. It's not permanent because I am getting older and I have to be a little bit more open-minded to my potential suitors. Because really at this point I'm just looking for someone faithful. So maybe they're going to be less than 6 foot. That's what I've been told.
If you want someone faithful, they're probably going to be like 5'6".
Right.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
Yeah, you're gonna have to get.
So maybe I just need to change my whole model of dating. It's like I just want to be single, have fun, hang out with whoever the fuck I want ever, just as long as they're over 6'5".
You're gonna have to. So you want a small forward in the G League.
6'2" is really the lowest I'd like to go.
Man, that's pretty crazy.
I'm 5'10", LP.
You're not that tall though. I mean, you're really not. My wife is also 5'10", so you're not that tall. Okay. But I'm also almost, what am I, 6'3"? Yeah, 6'3", 6'4".
Are you lying about your height?
Not at all. The one thing there's 3 things men shouldn't lie about. I'm not going to say one on the pod. But you should never lie about your height because that's easily checked. We could stand up right now. People can see how tall we are compared to each other. You should never lie about how much money you make because that's easily.
What's the third?
I can't say it, but it relates to women. Like you should never lie about things with women because those are things that are easily discoverable. Those 3 things. You should never lie about those. Because as a man, that's all. You've never heard a woman of her word, but you've always heard people say, "Oh, that's a man of his word." You've never heard of them say that about a woman, but you've definitely heard that about a man. So you always got to at least stay, solid on those few things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say I'm a woman of my word.
You've never heard that before.
That's actually a great. No, I know. I love that.
But no one will ever say that.
We should start saying that.
I would never say that.
Why?
No, because women don't always follow the same guidelines as men. You're more fluid. Just like you change your relationship requirements. Like a man's going to keep his requirements the whole time. Period. He's not changing anything because you have to stand on that stuff. Women, you all can be a little more fluid with that.
But you can change your mind. Men,
it's much harder to. It just is. Because then you get judged differently. A man gets judged differently, when you change your mind. To you, like if a man, like let me give you a scenario. If a man is like, he's not decisive. He doesn't make decisions well.
Hate it.
It feels unsafe. It's not comfortable. He's not a man of his word. He's not a person that you're going to continue to see.
Or who talks but doesn't do.
Correct.
No follow through.
So But no man would ever say that about a woman. No man would ever be like, you know what, man, she just doesn't do what she wants, but I'm still going over. Like, that's what it's going to be with a guy.
Right.
That's just what it is. That's the gender difference right there. Or at least in my eyes, what I see. So, interesting. Yeah, I didn't think that was going to be something we'd talk about. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Anything goes here in
I can clearly see that because I've seen, so your episodes sometimes be wild too. Your women guests be the wildest. What's up with women? Why are y'all so wild? Why do y'all talk so wild?
What's wild?
Y'all talk about sex openly, men that you've dated, been with. Why are y'all so comfortable doing that?
I don't know. I actually don't think that I've had that many women guests who are so comfortable talking about that.
It's probably more you.
Yeah, no, it's me.
It's probably more you than anything. Why are you so comfortable?
I just feel like it's normal. It's natural. It's a real thing. Like, it's me. Like how earlier how I asked you, should I censor myself? And then you said like, well, there's, maybe podcast page and then outside of podcast page. Yeah. For sure. I'm multifaceted.
Of course.
100%.
You are for sure.
But this is me.
Of course.
Like out in the streets, at work, like, I don't know. I talk about this I'm just honest or like forthcoming. Transparent.
You're transparent. Yeah, for sure. You definitely are.
And it's not everyone's thing.
No, it's not. It's not. I could see that. But
catching people off guard. I don't know. I grew up quiet and meek.
But you also grew up wild, like, because
yeah, totally a weird circumstance.
There's no such thing as weird,
a unique circumstance.
Unique is probably the best word.
Yeah, I never say that. Like, I mean, I could tell you so many things, but like, I never, my therapist is like, well, you've had trauma, and I'm like, yeah, but so many other people have. Like, I don't think my situation has ever been worse than anyone else.
Gotcha.
But I do think that the way that I grew up obviously shapes us, and I do feel like I grew up quiet and weird and didn't really want. I wanted everything to go smooth and with no attention, and now I'm just like, I'm an adult.
You are.
Fuck off.
I support
Sex,
that.
Dating,
I support that
height.
message. I do. 6'5" is crazy though. That's really wild. 6'5". Yeah.
It was really 6'5" when I was like 21, and I thought I was so hot. But like looking back, I was not hot at 21.
Wait, where's this? What do you have a lack of self-confidence that brings that out?
No, I love getting older. I feel like the older I get, the more comfortable my body I feel, minus the chin neck to me. But like, we have these abilities at our hands. Why not use them?
I never feel comfortable getting surgery. The only surgery I've had is because of like a sport injury. Like,
what were your injuries?
Getting hurt. I've had knee surgeries and shoulder surgeries.
No hip surgery.
No hips.
You haven't had your hips replaced?
I have not had a hip replaced. That would be crazy at 43.
At 33, I had a hip surgery.
Doing
32,
what?
I had a hip surgery.
Doing what?
Well, I'm an athlete, so.
But what happened though? Like that, the amount of damage to that hip is pretty crazy. Were you in an accident? Like, what happened? Like, what's going on?
We'll save it for the poor horseman.
Yeah, that's definitely
because my listeners already know.
Definitely,
my whiners already know.
We're gonna talk about this hip. What's going on? Both sides or just one?
Well, I think I do need surgery on the other one now. Okay. I should have just got hip replacement.
Are you still squatting?
Yes.
You need to chill out. Yeah, you need to chill out.
You know what? I stopped playing volleyball for like, I don't know, I guess it's been probably 2 months-ish, and my hip feels a lot better.
Yeah, why are you?
I was out there playing,
why are you pushing
going
yourself
crazy.
to the limit?
It's so fun.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Do you still play sports?
Of course not.
Right, you're smarter than Phil.
Yeah, my last surgery was a basketball injury.
Okay.
And I've never picked up a ball again.
You've never picked up a ball in the driveway.
Hey, my daughter, she's picking up the game. At the most, I will throw the hardest chest passes to her to maybe try to stop her from playing. Like, I'm talking the hardest it gets. And she's about to be 10.
I'm going to knock her out.
Yeah, I want to hurt. Yeah. So,
you just value so many more other things in life than
being hurt.
An old person on the
being
basketball
hurt.
court.
I don't want hips replaced. I don't want knee replacements. I'm trying to go into my older years gracefully. Yeah. So you need to stop. Stop squatting. Stop deadlifting. Because if you had hips, like full replacement, like the whole
No, it was
joint?
not a replacement.
Okay.
I had a torn labrum. They repaired the labrum, and I had a hip impingement.
So you had a bursa that was filled with fluid.
I don't know what a bursa is.
I know what they did. Okay.
Are you a doctor? I thought you managed money.
Y'all, you don't know what I do in real life. See, I could be here lying.
What else did you have to whine about? You pulled up ferociously talking about you were about to complain.
Whining, I do definitely want to whine about people on iMessage. Okay. iMessage has a feature where you can just tap back. You can send like an exclamation, a heart, a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or
a ha-ha.
A ha-ha.
Uh-huh.
Okay. If you send me a thumbs down, we're no longer friends anymore. Like, that is ridiculous to me that you would thumb down any message of mine. Like, that is worse than you saying, I stink, I'm not good at something.
I can think of a scenario where a thumbs down would be appropriate.
No, there's no scenario where a thumbs down is appropriate.
What if you said to your wife,
yeah,
I'm going to stop and get food on the way home. Do you want anything?
That she better say no. If you thumb me down, I'm not coming home and I'm cheating. Like, do not thumb me. To me, that goes to my core. Like, that's one of the worst things.
What about a thumbs up? What about I'm on my way home and she thumbs up?
I don't want no thumbs. Like,
no thumbs.
No thumbs.
They should be demolished.
You can use the heart. The heart is cool. Like, that lets me know that we have some level of rapport. I think that's a reasonable thing. The ha-ha is cool. I'm also a person who doesn't use emojis. Like, I think I'm too old for emojis. Like, so I don't text that. But if you thumb me down, like if you would have thumbed me down when I was like, yo, I'm gonna be a little behind, and you were like, oh man, you're late, I wouldn't have shown up. I would have just drove right past your studio and went home. Yeah, that is one of the worst things to me. Do not thumb me down. That's one of the worst things that can be done.
I don't know how often I've done a thumbs down, but I do think that there's been a couple.
Those people hate you though.
What about a woman sending a friend an outfit option? 2 dresses, photos.
Okay.
So if I say, which one do you like? And then I send 2 photos, and then my friend thumbs ups one and thumbs downs one.
No, just thumb up the one that you like.
But the thumb is fine. The thumb up is good. Or does it need to be a heart?
That clearly lets you know or heart the one that you like. That clearly lets you know the other one is not the option. Don't thumb down any of my apparel. I love all my apparel. Like, that's crazy to me that you would thumb down anything that I've spent my hard-earned money on.
Wow.
Like, that's really crazy to me. Like,
I'm going to think about that next time I go to thumb somebody down.
If you thumb someone down, especially if they write a message, if someone took the time to write you anything, and you, less than a half second, hold the message and thumb it down, oh, we got beef. Like,
so if you're in a rush, just take a beat, don't respond. Like, if the thumbs
don't respond to me.
Okay, just 2 minutes later.
I don't even. Respond. It could be 2 days later.
Oh no! You must respond to me.
Why? That's what. Sometimes it's 2 days later.
Just acknowledge.
No. I don't. You don't need to acknowledge me, but just don't thumb me down. Matter of fact, you not responding is more response to me than a thumb down. That lets me know what I need to know. If you thumb me down, if we say, hey, can you come to the Poor Horsemen on, let me see your calendar, I can't read, on Sunday the 31st, New Year's Eve, and you thumb me down, I'm deleting every message or everything out of there. I'm going to be irate. Yeah. I know. It's weird. It's a weird thing I've got. It's a weird thing I've got.
It's a good whine, though.
It's a weird thing.
It really ticks you off.
That's what really makes me mad. I mean, I don't know why, but it does.
What about a single K?
I don't mind the K.
1K you don't mind?
I don't mind.
Because I used to send 1K.
Yeah.
And my friend was like, please stop sending me 1K.
Was this a man?
No.
Okay.
Send 2Ks.
What's
KK.
the difference?
Like,
What's the difference?
KK. On my way. KK. I think it's a girl thing.
Yeah, because I've never used that language in my life. So I'm going to tell you also, if the Romanian dude is sending KK, he's cheating. He's cheating. So
no, the Romanian dude is no longer in the picture. That was just an example of someone who I've dated. Who
either way, if there's a man sending you KK,
I don't think
they're cheating. You know that right now. I would encourage you to let that relationship go. They have found someone else. I'm just telling you. KK is crazy.
They have so many someone else's.
KK is crazy for a man to be texting.
But a woman can text that.
I don't. If that's how y'all talk, sometimes women have their own language.
I think I said when you hold on. I think I said.
Did you say KK?
I did. You said ETA 6:15. I said KK.
Yeah, and I didn't even respond to that. Didn't even respond. Not at all. Yeah, so I don't know. So that makes sense to me.
Removed.
Yeah, because I'm not doing no thumbs. I noticed I did hearts for you and I did one thumb. I removed.
You thumbed. You just removed a thumbed up
because I have to stand on that. So
a man of your word.
There we go. That lets you know what I am. But everything else is hearts on there. But I would never thumb down. Never. If I thumb someone down, that to me that is I don't even know why they have that on there. That is really bad to me. People do their hard-earned thumb work typing these messages for someone to thumb it down. That is crazy to me.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's out of line.
I think it is. I think we really do a hard job paying these cell phone bills, sending these messages for someone to put a thumb down. I think that's uncalled for. I really do. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that would be my whine.
I'll think about that the next time.
Yeah. Oh, and what also bothers me is people on planes that take their shoes off.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
So foul.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know why they're doing it. I don't know if they bus people. I'm telling you. I'm a bus person also. So I'm including myself, but I wouldn't dare take off my shoes on a plane.
By calling yourself a bus person,
yeah.
What does that include? What does that mean to you?
I just think that, when you travel, you're looking for like the best deal. You don't mind sitting in the back near the toilet.
I don't mind that at all.
You just want to get to your destination. Other people who are more, comfortable on planes, they want to sit in the front. They have their personal seat that they like. I just want to get to where I'm going most days.
Right.
That's all I care about. That's what buses do. You just get on, try to get to your destination.
Get from point A to B to C.
Correct.
Whatever you got to do.
And there is just etiquette on a plane.
100%.
But bus people wouldn't have that etiquette. And so that's what I would say.
Right.
Not judging them. I don't.
What if someone's in your aisle and took off their shoe?
I'll tell them to put them on.
You would not. What would you say if it were me? If I was to your left and I took my shoe off. The stuff that we've been
talking about today, you don't think I would tell someone, yo, that's crazy?
A stranger, tell me, what would you say?
That's crazy. I've done it.
You would look and say, that's crazy.
That's crazy, man. Like, what's up?
A woman or a man?
That's crazy. What's up? And they're going to look at me and determine what level of confrontation they want. And I present nice, but there might be a level of like, yo, you're nuts. Like, put them shoes back on. And hopefully they do, or try to find a different seat. Yeah.
And would you ring your call?
No. We're going to handle this amongst us.
And what if they ring their thing? What if they're a tattletale?
That's on them. We'll get the air marshal involved. Because I'm not sitting next to your feet. Like, your feet are not... You booked the plane with shoes, not with feet. So I'm not sitting next to your feet. That's crazy to me. Isn't that insane to you? Like,
it is.
You booked 100%. Your flight. You walked in TSA with shoes on.
You must keep them on for the duration of the flight.
There's no reason for you to take those shoes off with no socks too. That is crazy to me.
The socks that's less serious. Like, I still would be like, ugh.
I'm going to thumb them down if I...
Do you ever get grossed out? And again, maybe this is a woman thing, but if the person in front of me if it's a woman and puts their hair over the back of their seat,
that's never happened to me, and I've flown a lot.
I think it's
never
so wild.
But I think I would just.
So your hair is just swaying in the wind back here, all up in my
See, that's your problem.
Seat tray.
You flying Southwest, you got wind in your plane. Like, your windows aren't as good as they need to be. Like, if you was flying United like me, there is no
the windows
wind.
are closed. There's no gaps. No hair.
I don't know what y'all do on Southwest. Like, didn't a lady get sucked out of a plane in Southwest one time? Like, I think that happened. Like, you need to be careful flying Southwest.
You better be careful and really have done your research that nothing like that has happened with United.
It probably has.
Yeah.
But
eat your words. Thumbs that down.
But I'm almost certain it was Southwest or a Spirit airline. Yeah, I'm almost certain it was one of those.
If you had to get from point A to point B, would you fly Spirit?
No, I would drive. I would drive. Up to 24 hours. Yeah.
Can you make it? That's only probably half the United States that you can make it in 24 hours.
No, you can probably make the whole.
Straight through.
Yeah, with no stop, you can definitely get from, because I've done a long drive before. Randomly, I won't tell what it was because you don't know my real profession. So
such a mystery.
I needed to be somewhere in Salt Lake City, Utah, from Oklahoma City, and there was no like flights. Like it was like something random. So I drove, and I want to say it was like a solid 18 straight through, because I went through Kansas, Wyoming. Where else did we go? And then we like dropped down. But yeah, it's you can get across the country in like 24 hours almost. I think you can. Maybe I'll have to MapQuest that, but it's pretty close.
Are we still using MapQuest?
Yes, because I'm old. So MapQuest is what I use. I call MapQuest
What's the
Apple Maps.
Like the Tom that you used to put
I used to have that Tom. I had that. That's all I am. I definitely had
never
Tom. What you use? You've always had Apple and Google Maps? Must be nice.
Always had, I think, I don't know what I used before a smartphone, actually.
See, I had the Map for real.
I had a Sidekick. So there wasn't maps on that.
Also. I had the Map for real, though, like the actual random McNally.
Right.
And then from there, I had TomTom. Then it was MapQuest. And then we got Google Maps.
MapQuest. You would print out the directions from MapQuest. That's what I would do before a smartphone.
Then we had Google Maps. And then now I use the Apple.
Of course.
Because
the Apple.
It's superior. Yeah. The Apple
when
Map
somebody sends me an address, that's my wine of the week. When somebody sends me a location or an address and it comes through as Google Maps, I am irate. What the fuck are you doing? How did you even get there? I don't even know how to get that address.
Yeah, I don't use Google Maps either. That's crazy that people are still sending Google Maps.
And then I have to copy and paste the address and bring it over to Maps.
You do.
Because I'm absolutely not fucking with Google Maps.
And then Maps will mess it up sometimes.
Exactly.
Whatever reason, there's something wrong. Like if you take a Google address and put it in Apple, sometimes you end up in a wrong direction.
Google takes me, I feel like, over to an Android or something like that. Like it doesn't even stay in Apple. It's completely a different software.
No, you're right.
I've actually never, like, every single time I get it, I grunt out loud. I'm like, oh, how are they?
Next time someone's going to send you that with a thumbs down.
I will thumbs that down so hard.
Okay, I got a scenario for you.
Okay.
You meet a 6'5", black. He's got to be black, right? Or do you care? Do you really care?
No, I don't. I actually have dated all races, but really no white people.
What do you prefer?
I typically have dated black men.
Okay, so 6'6" black. Who
I know you can say it, but it just feels weird for me.
It should feel bad. It should feel bad.
Like it. Yeah.
It should
Let me sit in
bad.
that. Let me sit in that.
I have to make you uncomfortable.
Please
this is a part of my mantra. So a 6'6" black. He what sport? Do you care?
No.
Let's say he was a national volleyball team.
Okay.
Since you play volleyball.
Okay.
National volleyball team invited you out to eat. But he sent you a Google map to an unknown location. Are you still going to date that person?
Is it an unknown location or is it a Google map to a restaurant with a name?
Because it's Google Maps, we don't know if it's a real place or not. Are you going to still
I would. I'm gullible.
What?
I'm gullible and trusting and weird.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
But you're also willing to take a risk dating a guy in Romania, a guy in Dallas.
How about the guy who found me from the Poor Horsemen podcast or from when I had Phil on, the catfish massage guy?
Yeah.
We're not going into that again because it's too long of a story. But
we're definitely gonna go into that on the Poor Horsemen because I want to tell you what really happened there. Because I know what happened there.
Do you know the person I'm talking
about? Of
about?
course not.
Do you know a man named Larry Harvey?
That's a fake person. You should have known when he gave you a name with 2 syllables each that was a fake name. Like,
and they kind of rhymed too. Like,
yeah, that's
not
a
really,
fake
but like
name.
Larry Harvey.
So I'm encourage you. You have me now as a part of your counsel. When you meet a person, run them by LP.
JC hears about it all the time. He never gives me any good advice.
I'm an elder statesman. Run it by me.
Okay.
And if you run it by me, I will quickly let you know.
I got to give you the stats.
If you met them, are you on the dating apps?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So you're meeting these people in the wild.
Yeah, hopefully. Okay. That's the goal.
Okay. So if you meet someone in the wild and you give me the stats and just their name, I'll be able to tell you who they are pretty quickly. Like everything about them.
Also, because you might be Secret Service, you could do some research.
I'm going to tell you everything about them. I'm not going to hate, though, because I don't hate on men. I refuse. I'm just going to let you make a decision, but I will tell you about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Deal.
Yeah. So we can after this episode and the gracious gift that you gave me, I'm indebted to you to make sure that I will no longer make you uncomfortable. I will say black men also. I will put men on the back of it to make you comfortable.
No, you don't need to make me feel comfortable, but I'm going to
make you comfortable. So if you are courted by young black men that you are interested in knowing who they are, just let me know. And I'll give you the game. I can. That should be a win to you today.
It's a win.
That should be a win. And you'll be on Poor Horsemen before, because we're definitely going to have a viral moment with you. I already know we will.
If we don't, I'll be so sad. You guys go viral all the time.
We go viral almost every week, or at least every month, at least. But this last one was crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, this last one was probably the craziest that's ever happened. Yeah.
That was, I don't know her real name, but it's Attorney Red Wine.
Simone Red Wine.
Simone Red Wine. She was on Ready to Love, and she is an attorney.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And she broke down basically why Diddy was let go from Revolt and a few other
And we don't
places.
even know if any of that information
100%,
is true.
100%. No, but honestly, before it went viral, I think I viewed it right when you guys posted it.
Okay.
And I was like, damn. I think I commented, and I was like, damn.
It seemed credible.
Yeah. And 5 million crazy
I think
views.
it's like 25 million views across, because everyone stole the content also.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like,
thank God you guys have your logo though.
That happened after the nose thing.
Oh yeah.
So people just stole that.
His nose.
And we were like, man, what do we need to do? So we started watermarking after that. And people just started taking it. Matter of fact, people tried to take it and crop out our watermark. I was like, that's weird. Just leave that in there.
It's just too much.
Yeah, but people want it to seem like they did it. So, yeah.
That must be a sad life somebody lives.
I think they enjoy it, you know?
To not like to have to steal that?
I think
to do so much work to steal?
I don't think people care. From what I've seen doing this for these last 4 or 5 years is everyone is grasping for the same attention. Mm. So maybe I can give you some kudos in real time. The reason why I like what you're doing and what you're building is because you're being your authentic self. You have not tried to copy and or placate the people who come around you. You've made sure that you've stayed true to who you are, shared stories the way you want to share them. And then also people just have to be comfortable around you because you make them comfortable. Other people, what they do is they see a template and they try to steal that template. Yeah. And then when they see content they like, they just take the content and run with it. So I would say for you, keep going because...
Thanks, OP.
What happens, people get discouraged. They have low views and then they'll get a big episode. They have low views, get a big episode. They don't understand there's attrition in this. You'll have people who come and go. There's some churn in your listener or your download data. But everything that I've seen in you, it's destined for success. Where you already are, but
thank you. I really appreciate that.
Even more so. So, while my words may seem empty to some because I was telling a lot of jokes and stuff I hope people understand that I do joke a lot also. So saying things like black and things like that, that's a part of my public persona. But I know Paige in real life to a degree. Yeah. And everything that I've seen, it's encouraging. And it's encouraging that someone is chasing something separate of just our regular 9 to 5 that we do. So I just want to tell you to keep going. So
thanks so much.
I
appreciate
phenomenal. Phenomenal. Like from our conversation that we had in the studio till now, I don't see how you could lose. I don't. Unless
honestly,
you quit.
I don't. No, I'm not. I won't be quitting. But no, I feel like I did a media interview a few months ago, and they said like, how do you measure or like how would you define the word success? And I just said, as long as I like when people respond to me and they're like, I love that you share your actual real life, whether it's on my stories on Instagram or on the podcast, or like you made me laugh so hard, or oh my God, I didn't know anyone else felt that way. I'm like, that's success.
Agreed.
Like if I get sometimes when I do solo episodes, I have low listeners. Sometimes when I do solo episodes, I have the highest listeners I've ever had. And it's like, I'm not going to change I'm not going to change because I'm just doing what I want to do.
Yeah,
if it comes to a point where I stop doing what I want to do, then that's not fun. And then I would want to quit.
Now
But I love
it. If there are, I want to say this the right way, because I want your audience to understand that they're witnessing great, but they're witnessing it before it's actualized. So I think they need to understand that they're early adopters to like an IPO. No, I'm being
really
real.
very good at taking like serious compliments.
I'm being serious though. So I joked a lot. So the people who are going to watch the beginning
Whiners,
of this,
that's what they're called.
The Whiners are going to be like, yo, that dude is crazy. But in reality, I'm not. You know, it's part me, part character. Because again, I'm introverted. So as I sit here and digest how you interact with multiple people that I've seen in this chair, but including me, they are witnessing the next 2 years. We can't give away your whole thing, but this is nothing compared to where you'll be. So Whiners, I encourage you all to celebrate, encourage, uplift, and make sure that she understands that you all value her just as much as I'm sure she values you all. So that's what I would say.
That was really nice.
But it's honest though. I'm being honest. Yeah. I wouldn't say it if I didn't mean it.
I feel like you wouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, I don't just say things at all.
No, I really appreciate that because obviously, it's hard work.
It's hard work. Yeah. And people think you just turn on a mic or turn on a camera. But you're a one person shop.
Yeah.
And just to see what you've been doing, it's incredible, phenomenal. So the fact that I get to be a part of the early adoption, you're 3 years in, but this is your early adoption.
Yeah, and you know what I will say though, and thank you very much for the compliments, and I appreciate it, and I believe it too.
I was not even expecting a thanks. I was just saying it to say it.
I know.
Yeah.
But I actually have had, and you are one of them, some incredible help. Yeah. So, I mean, as a thank you, of course, I got you that bottle of bourbon or whiskey or whatever it is. Bourbon. Yes. But you have been a help. JC obviously has been a help, introducing me to the nightcap, inviting me to, as a new client of his, like, oh, you have a podcast? Yeah, you can come to ours. Like, not everyone, Cinco, who was producing and engineering for me for a while, my previous co-host from season 1 coming in to help when she, like it's been a labor of love from a lot of people, and especially the listeners obviously wouldn't be doing it without people. Yeah. So you might have to put this in the front, because when they see the episode, they're gonna be like, yo, what was happening there? Now, granted, they don't understand that I thrive in making people uncomfortable also. Okay. Like I love making people feel a little uncomfortable. I know that. That's why you started with the Smith question. So when you started there, I knew, it was game. I know the game. But can I be true? I remember thinking of that when I heard it in the studio. I think you were like about to go to your appointment or maybe something like that. I did not plan on bringing that up. I was just like, I wanted to bring that up. It happens. And so for me, I understand podcasting too. You gotta, If anything, I'm a podcast vet just because of all the the content that I see and work on and consume. So when I'm hearing that question, I instantly knew. We're going there. And that let me know you're good at it. No, really? Yeah. And let me explain why. And I know we're wrapping. That let me know that you're still going to be yourself regardless of who's in front of you. Like, because before we started, I was trying to make sure we broke the ice so you didn't feel like, I got to do anything different. And when you asked that, I was like, she got it. Like, seriously, that filled me with joy. And I don't even usually feel that way. But that let me know, this is going to work. This is going to work. Yeah. I do a lot of these, and you can know instantly if it's going to be a dud or not. You can. So I'm grateful. I'm speechless, and Lord knows that doesn't happen very often. That does not happen. That was not my intent, though. I'm just speaking from the heart. Again, that pod dad. This is what pod dads do. Yeah. Well, I really respect what you're saying, as everything that the Poor Horseman is doing. So thank you again. Pod dads do that, and studio's doing good. We've got a lot of people who come by. We're gonna do some work with you also. We are. And is it Creators Guild? We haven't mentioned that yet.
Yeah. Creators Guild, content creation studio. You haven't been in a while. We've done like a lot of changes in there. But we probably work with, I couldn't tell you how many creators in the city.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And, my goal is just to meet people where they are in their journey. And if I could be a part of it, then I will. If not, I'm going to make sure that they're set up for success. And I do that with a lot of people. People will come in, ask questions. They may or may not work with me, but you know what I'll do? Hey, this is what you need. This is what you need to do. Come back to me anytime. Because what else are we if we're not a value to someone else?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've passed a little bit of that on because I've had 3 different people now reach out to me and saying, hey, I've seen you, looks like you're doing so great with the podcast. Would you mind sharing any tips at all? I was thinking of starting one. And I've said, I've literally made an email.
Nice.
With the lights, the mics, the cords. If you want a neon sign, here's what I did. I got these curtains off Amazon. If that's like literally down to the smallest thing, and I just send it to them. And I'm like, digest this and then let me know what questions you have.
No gatekeeping.
No gatekeeping.
Yep.
I always say there's room for everyone at the table.
More than enough.
Yeah.
I mean, most people are consuming, look at the Spotify Wrapped or Apple Wrapped. Like people are consuming hours upon hours of content every year. There's no reason to gatekeep. And
a podcast is not new anymore. It's just what you bring to the table is the new and unique thing. That's how you're going to get your individual listeners and following.
And you're unique. I'm telling you now. Like you're going to make it. You're going to.
Is it weird that I kind of don't like in the least? I'm not a cocky person. In the least cocky way, I kind of know that
you're going to make it.
But I'm not in a rush because I just know that's gonna.
Yeah, no, you should feel that way. Like you're going to make it because building a community authentically is the best way to do it. You're not buying people. You're not doing like similar to what we are. Who we are, Poor Horsemen. Like you've seen 3 of us on this show, Whiners. I'm probably the most low key compared to the others.
I don't know. JC was pretty low key.
I
think he was a little nervous.
I tell a lot of jokes and stuff. Like I'm not uncomfortable on camera or anything, but I'm talking about life. I'm probably the most low key. Like, but yeah, this to me is just a lot of affirmation of what I was already thinking. So yeah, so good.
Thanks.
No,
we normally end with the wine of the week, but we ended with like a big. That's compliment from
that's
you.
what Pod Dad does. Like, so I really am I'm probably Pod Dad for people don't know this because it's behind the scenes. I might be Pod Dad for a lot of people in the city. Like where I just kind of either encourage or discourage certain activity. Not saying I have the answers.
Right.
But if we work together amongst it's a collaborative process. We try to help people be successful. So that's all it is.
Well, you're doing it.
Hopefully.
No, you definitely are.
Hopefully. We're getting there. We're all in a journey. Nobody has all the answers, but you need people around you to make sure that you can get to the space that you want to go. So we're getting there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming, LP.
Thank you.
This is
a blessing.
Better than I could have ever imagined.
Hey, I show up on time. Now, I was almost late.
Forget it.
And I'm going to give you one last wine. This parking lot out here is insane. I've got a Denali truck. I tried to almost hit a tree, a light pole, and a black woman with a dog. It was crazy. And she was so dark outside because it's dark out there. She's my complexion. And she was wearing a black sweatshirt. She may not even be black. I don't know what she is, but I could not see her. I almost killed her and Petunia. I don't know what the dog's name really is. I thought that's what you said when you yelled out, but I almost killed them. And that's my second wine of the week. Thank you, Paige. Cheers.
Thanks for coming. Love you, Whiners. See you next week. Bye.
But that's really almost happened, though. Like, I was like, what is going on out here?
Oh, my God.